Hey guys, Marstinkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we have the next one of the new stages of Super Battle Road, beaten with no items, and of course this is the Team BARDOCK stage. So I wanted to get this one uploaded pretty quickly because obviously you guys know me, unless you're brand new to the channel. Big BARDOCK fan. I know this is one of the stages that I believe at the time of release on Global that Truth had not done yet. In fact, there might be a Reddit post here or there, but from what I've seen, I hadn't seen anyone do the no items run for this stage yet, so I wanted to make this one of the first ones that we did as a big fan of Team BARDOCK, because I posted some screenshots on Twitter the day that the stages came out. I think the Exploding Rage and Inhuman Deeds ones were probably the easiest ones because of the download celebration LRs. And then after that, I basically went on to trying this one. Now, I've been talking about preparing for this stage for quite some time. In the team building guide that I made the other day, I talked about the specific team of 6 units that I was going to use, because obviously the Team BARDOCK category is not like huge. You don't have a ton of options, but unlike the Ginyu Force, there are actually a few, other options. You don't just have to use the full free-to-play team. So I'd picked out the 6 units that I was going to use for this, and I do have them already all full link leveled to link level 10. I've shown off before when I've done like box showcases. I actually have a tab in my box called the BARDOCK Shrine, which is every BARDOCK unit and every member of Team BARDOCK, and I am slowly but surely working on getting all of them to link level 10, so obviously that helps out very much for this run. So, breaking down the team. Now, we actually had, it's kind of funny, we had quite a bad start here really, because we didn't have the physical LR BARDOCK until turn 3, because he was in slot 7, so it shows how well this run went straight off the bat. So, one of the most important members of the team here is Borgos, out of the free-to-play ones. He gets a guaranteed additional super attack when there's multiple enemies, and he has a chance to stun on super. So, like with a lot of these no-item attempts on Super Battle Road, stunning is very, very important. Getting the stun off, especially when there's fewer enemies. Like this first fight, you're obviously fighting against 5 enemies. So if you get really unlucky, you could take multiple super attacks in one turn. Definitely would be very bad. So being able to stun one of the enemies is obviously a massive advantage. And then the final fight is against just Frieza by himself. And so, of course, if you're able to get the stun off there, then, you deal big damage. So, we've attack lowered the STR enemy, so we can put Physical BARDOCK in slot 1. Physical BARDOCK is, of course, the MVP of this team. I mean, it's hard to really compare him. Like, the rest of the team are free-to-play units. Even the LR Team BARDOCK is obviously a free-to-play LR. We don't have the ability to rainbow them yet, so only 2 dupes. Mine is obviously, again, full level 10 links. The friend that I managed to find for this run was obviously the 2 dupes and full level 10 links as well. But you can see during this run that, like, the friend LR Team BARDOCK is definitely not like a powerhouse. They're a good support unit for the team, but you can see throughout the run that they do take quite a bit of damage, even on some of their better rotations. So it's very interesting. I wonder when we are finally going to get those final 2 copies. So one of the main rotations we now have set up, which is the physical LR BARDOCK with Fasha. Fasha has a built-in chance to dodge. She also lowers attack on super, so she's very good. And because of the link set across the team, I mean, she shares every single link with the physical LR BARDOCK except for legendary power. So it works really well as a rotation. You can put her in slot 1 to dodge some attacks and then get the attack lowering in. Or, I mean, post EZA, physical BARDOCK is so good, you actually can put him in slot 1. And, I mean, his defense is better than hers, but depending on the rotation and the typing of the enemies, it can be good to put her in slot 1. Getting that attack lowering in is obviously very useful. And, of course, physical LR BARDOCK seals on his 18-key super, which is incredibly useful. So you see the LR Team BARDOCK here. Not a crazy powerful unit, but they're able to finish off the tech enemy there. And then we have the AGL Great Ape BARDOCK. So this is one of the other choices that I made over bringing another one of the actual farmable free-to-play Team BARDOCK members. Because he's a free-to-play unit that also has an EZA, his stats are just generally better than most of the other free-to-play units. And then, of course, he does have that opportunity to get the Great Ape transformation, which can give you a couple of turns of free damage. So since we have the physical enemy attacking in slot 1 here, we decided to put LR Bardock in slot 1, because if Fasha doesn't dodge, like, she's just going to take more damage than really we would want, and physical Bardock just takes double digits here. And then crazy high attack stat for the singular final enemy. Yeah, takes him out, no problem. So, physical LR Bardock, as I've said already, is by far the MVP of the run. He is obviously incredibly good when you get to the final stage, because the final stage being against just Frieza, you get a bunch of extra attack, a bunch of extra ki, he gets a guaranteed crit once only as well. So the first time he comes onto rotation against that Frieza, he's basically guaranteed to do big damage and get his full 24 ki super, seal up Frieza, which of course when you've only got one enemy, having them sealed straight away is very, very good. So if you can plan the run out that way, you want to get to Frieza and have that be the rotation where physical Bardock comes into play. Although, spoiler alert, we actually don't get that in this run. So, this is the other main rotation that we have set up. We talked about Borgos. We have the STR Bardock, the farmable free-to-play one. The reason why he's good is because he has damage reduction. As long as he's on a full team Bardock team like this, he has 50% damage reduction. And you're able to see throughout this run, like, even then, like, Rainbow, full level 10 links, he's still not the craziest tank in the world. But compared to a lot of the other units on the team, I mean, he's basically the next best tank outside of the physical LR Bardock. You can't really count Fasha because, you know, if you don't get the RNG and she doesn't dodge, then she doesn't tank super well. But Borgos coming in clutch, getting the stun on Zarbon here. That allows us to then just focus fire on Dodoria and try and get rid of him as quickly as possible. I mean, you can see LR Team Bardock taking almost 50k from normal attacks from him. So, but now we've got a perfect setup here. Zarbon is stunned. Dodoria is already sealed, but we'll go in on him with the full 24 ki super from physical LR Bardock. Obviously hoping for a crit in order to do the big damage, but either way, he's still going to be able to hit reasonably hard. Just under 5 million attack stat here. Very good. And do we get the crit here? We do. Look at that. 3.2 million damage. That is a huge amount of damage to Dodoria. I mean, the physical LR Bardock just absolutely dwarfs the output of anyone else on the team with, like, the sheer amount of damage that he does. Absolutely crazy. And then the Grade 8 Bardock able to deal pretty solid damage as well with the type advantage here over Dodoria. So we've almost got Dodoria down already. So very, very good start here. And then we can go ahead and set up for this turn. We've almost taken out Dodoria. We've just got Zarbon here. I go ahead and put Borgos in slot 1 because he can tank okay from Dodoria. At least I'm thinking about it, because STR Bardock has the damage reduction. Borgos has type advantage. So I was thinking here more if we took a super. But of course Dodoria is sealed, so I guess it actually didn't matter at all. But putting Borgos in slot 1, he takes it around the same that we saw the STR Bardock take. So, I mean, this one, like I said, it only took me a couple of attempts to get this one done. You know, I guess probably because the team was prepared already for level 10 links. It wasn't too difficult, this one, for me. But, of course, because I hadn't tried it multiple times, a lot of these runs that take me, like, you know, 20, 30, 40 tries to get the no items run, you become very familiar with, like, how much damage each enemy does to, like, each character and stuff. And obviously I wasn't quite in that zone yet, so it took me a minute to decide who to put in slot 1. We went with Borgos. We finish off Dodoria here, and we didn't get the stun on Zarbon, so 60k per normal attack. So, I mean, we came actually very, very close to dying. So, we are getting the Dokkan attack here. A lot of the time, I would consider getting the Dokkan attack when there's only one enemy left to be quite a waste. But he does have a lot of HP left, and we are very low on health. Even if we hadn't come that close to dying, we are obviously in that, you know, getting into that point where our health is a lot lower than we would like. And so we do at least get the good rotation, because obviously, regardless of which stage you're getting it on, you want to be getting the Dokkan attack with physical LR Bardock. I mean, there's just no competition. He hits so much harder than everybody else on the team. You really want him to be getting the Dokkan attack. If we could go into the Frieza fight and Dokkan attack with him on turn 1, that would be amazing, but this is fine. 9 million damage crit. which of course gives us a full heal, and then we can go on to the Frieza fight. So this is where I was a little bit worried we could, you know, with some bad luck, this is where this could all fall apart. Because even though we're on full health, we haven't got our most optimal rotation here. We're taking 2 attacks in slot 1. So this, again, was a situation where I had to decide to either risk the stun or test out STR Bardock. Because he's got damage reduction, but he's also got type disadvantage. So a super in slot 1 would be really bad for anyone on this rotation, to be perfectly honest. And you see here, Borgo's taking 60k from normal attacks. So, to be honest, if he hadn't come through with the stun, we already would have been in a very, very bad position. Because he was taking, what, 3 more attacks after that? So it would have been like another 180k damage. So I don't know how much HP we actually have left here. But yeah, we would have survived, but then it would be on to the rest of the rotation. Even if STR Bardock tanks reasonably well, the Great 8 Bardock is not the best. So now we are, at this point, as soon as we got that stun on turn 1, I was very confident that we were just going to be fine now for the rest of the fight. Because Farsha comes in now with the attack lowering. So even when he's unstunned next turn, he's been attack lowered. And of course, LR Bardock does the seal. On, look at this, that's the one-time boost as well. Was that 9 million? That's pretty crazy, considering this is under the double team Bardock leads as well. So lower leader skill. Huge crit. We basically did like half of his HP in this, well, it's turn 2, but the first rotation with a physical LR Bardock. So, I mean, I can't stress enough. I'd be very impressed to see somebody do it. I'm not going to waste time trying it. But I honestly feel like you probably can't do the no items run for this stage without having physical LR Bardock, just because of how good he is. So with him sealed and attack lowered, I put STR Bardock in slot 1. I'm just hoping here the fact that him being attack lowered and then Bardock's damage reduction is going to be enough. 10k per attack is not the worst. I feel like Borgos would have taken more. Because even though Bardock has type disadvantage, Borgos is type neutral. He's not a tank. He doesn't have crazy defense. And you're really seeing here against one enemy. This is why we have STR Bardock on the other rotation. Not just for the tanking with his damage reduction, but he seals as well. Yeah, see, Borgos takes more damage than Bardock. So he seals as well. So once you get turn 1 out of the way, Frieza is now never not going to be sealed. So we don't ever have to worry about taking a surprise super attack, because every single rotation we have a unit that seals him for 2 turns. So there's basically nothing he can do. Now again, because physical Bardock has such better defense and we've already attack lowered and sealed Frieza, I just go ahead and put him in slot 1. He's going to do another big chunk of damage as well as keep that seal up, which is what we want. 5.36. I mean, obviously on this team, he gets like all of his links active, but physical Bardock really looks impressive in this run when you consider that the leader skill from the double team Bardock leads is so much lower than a normal category team that you could run him on. So the attack stats that he puts out, very, very impressive. And then Farsha just continues to apply the attack lowering. There's the dodge. And then, yeah, she's taking 15k. It shows you how weak some of the units on this team are defensively, when like he's been attack lowered twice and he's still dealing like 15k to Farsha if she doesn't dodge. But here we go, he's sealed, been double attack lowered. We've got Bardock in slot 1 to tank. We've got around half HP. It's basically impossible for us to die at this point, and this should be the final turn. So STR Bardock, 1 million attack stat. Let's go. He probably needs to crit here due to the type disadvantage. Yeah, no crit means no finish. So in comes Borgos. Borgos actually with the slightly higher attack stat. Crazy. Doesn't get the stun. Gets the additional super. Now that is from his hidden potential system because there's only one enemy. So he does not get the guaranteed additional. But there you go. Additional super attack finishing off Frieza. We go ahead and hit the star, and there we go. So, like I say, this one was recorded the day the stages came out. This is the 3rd one that I did. I haven't checked again before recording the commentary, but as far as I know, nobody else on YouTube has done the Team Bardock run, or at least no one had done it at the time that I actually recorded the run. So I wanted to make sure this was one of the first ones that I got done, not just because of that I hadn't seen anyone do it, but obviously because it's Bardock, and you know we love Bardock over here. And I am trying to, so far I've been doing the no item runs as my first attempts for each of the stages, so you'll see the mission clears come up at the end. I actually am still going through. I think I've got like one left to do at this point. And every single one has been a no items run. So I'm kind of doing it in a way to make the LR Trunks feel a little bit more special, because once I finished all the missions and got all the copies of him, all of the missions were done as no items runs. So that's going to be very hype, and I can't wait to actually fully rainbow that guy and show him off. I've started link leveling because I have one copy of him already, so looking forward to that one. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. What team did you use for Team Bardock? Obviously, if you don't have physical LR Bardock, it's going to be a lot more difficult, but if you do, the rest of the team is free to play, so very easy to recreate the team that I made here, and obviously using items should be very easy to get this stage done. So yeah, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.